Happy Wednesday, everyone. I missed National Banana Split Day yesterday. Unfortunately, I was very busy. I had my big boy, who's in the back seat. Say hi, Caleb.
Hi.
He had a tummy ache yesterday, was sent home from school. They went through the little questionnaire, the COVID questionnaire, and asked him if he had body aches. He's like, yeah, I'm achy. They checked his temperature twice. First time he was fine. Second time he had 100. So red alert, sent home, and yeah, he napped till like little afternoon, and then he was fine. I literally can't do anything. He's not allowed to go back to school for 2 weeks. I'm not allowed to take him to daycare. I can't take him to work. I can't do anything. I was supposed to start a class, geotech class, yesterday, and my professor is being completely aloof. He won't return my emails on me asking about virtual learning. The Zoom was glitchy yesterday, and he sent out an email apologizing for it, a mass email, and then it was just like, for those who actually attended the live lesson, good for you. You actually got, the class experience. So I might actually drop that class because I don't think he's going to accommodate people who actually have COVID issues. And I might even write the university about that, because I literally had the COVID excuse where I had to pick up my son from school. He's going to be out for 2 weeks now, and I had to bring him to get the rapid test so I could now bring him to work with me so he can continue school through Seminole Connect for the next 2 weeks. My head was going to explode yesterday. I should have filmed it, but I kept crying and not crying, and I became very emotional. I was just overwhelmed because too much was happening. I had to rationalize it all at once, and I was just overwhelmed. But I figured it all out. It is going to be fine. If I don't get a response by the teacher by Friday, I think is ad drop, then I'm going to drop the class, and then it'll just be an easy semester because I only have one class. It'll probably postpone my graduation by a semester, but it's already going to take me a million years to graduate, so whatever. What's one more semester? Anyways, today is really cool. I looked it up, and it is National Dog Day. I had 2 dogs once, allergic, and my son is very allergic, so we could not keep said dogs. We found them great homes, but I had a Labrador, a black lab, super sweet, big baby, and then I had a black lab pit bull mix, and he was the most beautiful dog you'll ever see, but he was hyper, oh my goodness, and he was strong. And he was a big baby. He thought in his head he was a lap dog, so he would just plop up onto your lap. Ridiculous. And then it's also Women's Equality Day, National Women's Equality Day, to remember the fight and struggle women had to get equal rights. So, hey, those are actually pretty awesome. Yesterday was National Banana Split Day, and I had every intention of having a banana split yesterday, but I didn't, so maybe I'll do that today. Maybe you guys should do that. Have a banana split for yesterday. You really should. But yeah, this COVID thing, it was most of the places that you go to get tested. I have looked up so many places. You cannot, you don't get the results the same day. My cousin got tested because she knew she had come in contact with someone whose mother got tested, whose mother was positive but asymptomatic. So she got tested because she's in the hospitality industry and she wanted to make sure. But she ran into a dilemma of where did she call out of work now after she's gotten the test, and now it took her 2 weeks to get the results for that test. Other places say 5 to 10 days. It took her over 2 weeks, because I think it was 2 weeks plus 2 days or something like that, because they said 2 weeks and then it was plus 2 days. I don't know. When I called for my son, I called CVS first because it was the closest place, and they said they gave you this questionnaire and then rejected him and said he doesn't qualify. And it was based off of availability. Like, you need to work in the healthcare industry. You have to actually show signs. You can't just be asymptomatic. And these are different things that different people do, depending on how many tests they actually have. And I'm sure CVS is a cornerstone for a lot of people to go get tested. You could also go get tested at the convention center or places like that that are on the government healthcare list. But those are the ones that take the longest, because they have to ship it to the capital, Tallahassee, where the lab is, and get it tested with everyone else who may or may not have insurance. But that's the only place that everybody, no matter what insurance company you have, or if you have no insurance, gets free tests. So it takes the longest. That's what my cousin ended up doing, because everybody else was restricting it to healthcare and critical jobs, vital jobs. She claims she's a vital job, but she doesn't actually have a vital job, according to them, because they're like saying, no, you have to, like, you're a police officer, you're firefighter, you know, like critical to the economy, not just hospitality and working with people. And you know, so that was disappointing, because that's why it ended up taking her 2 weeks to get her results back. And then I remembered when I was looking for her way back when, that the urgent care for pediatrics had rapid tests only for kids, and they only had a certain amount of them. So what they do is they had 30 rapid tests available every day per location, and they open at 4. I called the place at noon, and they told me that there's usually a line and you need to get there a few hours ahead of time. So I got there 2 hours ahead of time. There's nobody there. I kept my son in the car, because it's like you pull up right in front of the place. And so I was right in front of my car with it on, with him sleeping in the car. And I stood right next to the door. An hour in, a lady came out, took my name, my insurance, registered me. And then I waited for another hour, 15 minutes, pulled around the back. He got his swab. An hour later, I got a phone call. So unfortunately, most people aren't able to get the rapid test, find it or whatever, unless if you're considered one of those critical. But now the struggle is with the school system, because now he's perfectly fine, and I'm still having to take him to work instead of him going back to school, even though now he's perfectly healthy. I know that they want to be extra cautious, but when you do end up getting proof that he is not a carrier, it's proof. I don't understand. So I don't know, it is what it is. But you guys have a great Wednesday, and stay positive, stay healthy, don't get sick. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.